welcome to Inside the Box. Here we'll give you helpful information to navigate Anne Arundel County Public Schools. In this episode, we're going to talk about Family Academy, an exciting new initiative for families. Hi, happy to have you. Who are you?
Hi, my name is Tamara Beeger, and I'm the project manager for Family Academy.
So Tamara, let's talk a bit about your professional background before we get into Family Academy.
So I am a former educator, so I taught full-time in Prince George's County and in Anne Arundel County, and then I substitute taught for a little bit, and then I decided to make a career change into project management, but I still love education and working in our public school system, and so I decided to look for a position where I could apply my education background and my project management skills. And that led me here to ACPS and working with Family Academy.
Oh, so we're actually the lucky ones, so we're happy to have you. But you're also a parent in our school district, correct?
Yes, correct.
So how have you applied maybe clearly your professional experience mixed with the personal aspect of your position?
Yes, so definitely being a parent in ACPS, we've been in the school system for about 8 years now. And so being able to have that experience and know the school system, we understand, like as a parent, I understand, and my husband, how kind of to navigate the school system. We have a little bit of experience there. So having the parent aspect of ACPS is very helpful in my position.
All right, so what is Family Academy?
So Family Academy, it's exciting new platform that exists in Brightspace for parents and guardians. So families can access Family Academy through their Brightspace login, which is the same as their PowerSchool login. And when they enter Brightspace for parent and guardian, they'll see that they are enrolled automatically in 3 courses. And the 3 courses are Wellbeing and Growth, Academics and Programs, and Navigating ACPS. And so these 3 courses offer information, resources, tutorials via videos that offer kind of an asynchronous learning opportunity for parents. And the future goal of Family Academy is for it to be a synchronous learning platform where parents can come and join live sessions to hear experts talk about the different topics that are important to them.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about Brightspace as well. So we know it's the learning management system that we've been using for students, so for teachers to be able to connect with students in an electronic platform. Of course, teachers use it at varying levels, depending upon whether they're elementary or secondary, as well as what courses that are available and what materials they're using. I think right now it's used far more on the secondary level in a certain way than it is at the elementary level. But there are opportunities for families to see what students are doing through Brightspace, as well as now we have sort of parent profiles for them to be able to use through Family Academy. Is that correct?
Correct. So when a parent goes into Brightspace, they can view their students' profiles, or they can view their own profile, and it is through their profile that they're able to access Family Academy.
I think at some point, right, initially as we were starting to use Brightspace, the point has always been to sort of strengthen the connection between school and home, and this is obviously another way we're trying to do that.
Yes, definitely. We want for parents to feel that they have a space that they can go to find the resources they need, that they're empowered with that ability to find those resources and anything that they may need from AACPS. And so we're always looking for new content, new experts that can offer insights into different topics that are relatable to our families, specifically with regarding our well-being of our students and understanding how to find out information about different programs and different resources that ACCPS offers for students and families both.
So you mentioned at some point there will be synchronous opportunities. What's the vision for that?
Correct. Yes. So the vision is just like students have, for example, virtual learning opportunities sometimes. We want to offer those for our parents as well, and for them to go in and to have presenters that will present on different topics, to have even perhaps book clubs, all kinds of different opportunities for them to engage with each other and with all of the resources that are available.
Great. Let's talk a bit about outreach, right? So, are there opportunities for engagement in different languages?
Yes, so we have worked hard to translate as much as we can of our content in Family Academy into Spanish, which is our second largest uh, language group that we have. And so we have all of our content almost, I believe, at least 90% translated into Spanish so that those families can also access the resources.
What do you think is the most interesting part about Family Academy, or class or course or tidbit of information?
I think the most interesting part of it is that the resources are always something that we know, well, I want to get more information about this. I'm not sure where to find it. So they can go in and get that information. For example, learning about the magnet application process. And what we try to do is think of what our parents are needing in the now and be able to provide that information for them. So for example, our next step is working on pre-K registration. We know that right now that's in the process of changing a little bit with the registration process. And parents can sometimes be a little confused about the process or need information, not sure about eligibility and how to enroll their students. And so we would love to give the resource to them so that they're ready for when enrollment opens.
What do you think you've learned as a parent by working through on Family Academy?
Well, definitely learning a lot about all the resources that exist. For example, kinship care was something that I had never really looked into and understood. And so I've learned a lot about that. I've watched a lot of our resources about communication and communicating with our children. My favorite right now is reducing the stress of the college application process because I have sophomores that are coming up. And so I watched that video and I was working with one of my colleagues to translate the video into Spanish. And we both agreed that it had such a wealth of information and how it was important for our parents to be able to see this and understand what was available. So Naviance and the Black app and so many other applications that exist out there for to help students apply to college. So that is definitely one of my favorites. There's also a video about the lunch application process. That's a big one in the beginning of the year and throughout the year, actually. So just learning more about the resources that are available to us is what I love about my job.
So we mentioned, the actual resources in Family Academy, but let's talk about outreach in terms of making sure people know about Family Academy. What's the timeline, or what do we have in place to get the word out?
So we are in the midst of launching Family Academy, and we hope to have a message out to parents in mid-January, followed by live sessions that will be available virtually beginning at the end of January through the end of May. We will have monthly virtual sessions, and we'd also like to offer in-person sessions for our Spanish language families.
Great. Now, what if someone wants to give feedback on the courses they're taking, or just anything related to Family Academy? Maybe it's access. Is there a platform or a tool that they can use to give feedback?
Yes, and that's what we need the most right now is feedback from our parents and our families so that we can find out exactly what they'd like to see in Family Academy and also know how we can change Family Academy to make it more intuitive and more useful for them. And so when they go into Family Academy, there's a link up in the navigation bar as well as within the content where they can click and it will take them to a Google form. And this Google form is a feedback form and it's available in English and Spanish so that they can answer questions about navigation, they can answer information about the content that is available, and also give comments about content that they would like to see, which is one of the most important things that we would love to hear back from our families.
Are there ways to contact the offices related to the subjects in Family Academy? For instance, if it's kinship care or if it's about free and reduced price meals, is there a way where people can quickly see to contact Food Nutrition Services, or is that inside the
Yes, so with each content, we try to have our content experts list their contact information or at least their office information within their videos or within resources.
Okay.
And many of the units will have the links to the resources as well. So there'll be a video within the content, and then below the content, links to the resources so they can click and get to the sites.
Okay, so I'm going to step outside of Family Academy just for a little bit. This is an initiative through the Office of School and Family Partnerships. Let's talk more about what that office does and how helpful they are to, again, strengthen the connection between school and home.
So the Office of School and Family Partnerships is exactly how it sounds. It's kind of the connecting link, the connection between our families and ACPS. And so we work hard to help our families with not only just providing resources, but also working with PTA, working with being able to provide bilingual facilitators for all of our different language families, and so much more. And so within the office, we're kind of like the face of when families need to reach ACPS, they will contact our office to get information about anything that they need.
Great. And then if you could just speak a bit about PTA, right? It's a shameless plug, I think. It's a great organization for us to be able to partner with, right? To, again, strengthen that connection. We talk a lot about relationships. They're essential for us to function. And I think it's also so interesting for people to hear, I wanted to start with your background professionally and how, again, you can connect your personal with your professional to really do something good for kids. And a lot of people around here try to do that, no matter what part of the building they're in, no matter what their job title is, they really do try to do that. But so you also are very active in PTA, is that correct?
Yes, correct. I'm vice president currently of our county council PTA, and I'm also president of my children's elementary school PTA.
So again, a shameless plug in terms of just always sort of wanting to reach out to folks in our community to partner with us in any way that we can to, again, try to do what's right by kids, to try to do the best that we can to support our students so that when we get feedback, right, we can do something about it. When we hear about it, we know better, we do better. We can always try to fill in holes where things may be missing, or again, innovate, I think is the new word we're really trying to focus on. So Family Academy is definitely an innovation for us to move in the direction of strengthening the relationships we need. Anything else you want to add about Family Academy?
No, I like exactly what you said about that in the end it comes down to our children. So even though the resources are there for our families, they're resources that help support their students. So if we can help support our families, our parents and guardians, then they'll be able to provide that support also for their students. And that's really where we want to help to encourage our students and our families to be strong and to strengthen that connection as well between our parents, guardians, and students.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see how Family Academy grows because it'll mean the growth of our kids. So thank you so much, Tamar, for joining us on Inside the Box. Tamara is also a guest on Charla Educativa, where she also talks about Family Academy. So be sure to check that out in Espanol. And thank you for watching Inside the Box.